Sam, congratulations not just on the win, but a huge moment for you, your first goal in sort of professional football, if you like, which must have been felt like a really big moment for you.
Yeah, it's massive. It's just an amazing feeling in front of the fans, and it was better to get the result because it was a tough game and a strong Millwall team. But I'm happy we got the win and obviously the goal.
Yeah. I mean, as a player as well, you've been out on the pitch for nearly 2 hours as well. It's your legs must be kind of going at that point. But George plays a good long ball, and you did what you could to get on the end of it.
It was one of the tactics to get him behind, and it paid off near the end of the game, and just a great feeling.
Yeah. And of course, a couple of years ago you were just playing under 18s football. You played a lot of 23s last year, and it's kind of been around the first team. What's that been like for the last few months?
Yeah, it's been amazing. This season I've made the step up to the first team, went on tour, been on the bench a few times, and obviously made my debut the other day. And I've just been learning so much, and I have to thank the manager because he's been a big part of it, and he's helped me learn and develop as a player. And the squad have let me settle in, and it's an amazing bunch of lads, and just got to move on from here really.
I mean, you're not the only player by any stretch that's come through our academy and has had this kind of experience. Really, Danny Loader's just got his debut tonight at 16. You've had players like Andy Inamotta alongside us, and we've had who else? We've had there's a bunch we could name. Omar Richards, of course. Axel played tonight. It's been quite amazing, really, for these young lads.
Yeah, it's amazing just training with them all last year and playing games with them and moving up to the first team with them. It's just amazing to see, and obviously we want everyone to do well, and the more that do well, the better for the club. And obviously Eamon Dolan was a big part of that, and it was nice to score in front of his stand, so that meant a lot to me as well because he brought me in.
Yeah, absolutely. And you and these players who have kind of worked your way through and stuff, it does show a lot of trust, as you said, from the manager. So I suppose him and the coaching staff, but then the players you play alongside as well, they make you talk you through the game to some extent as well, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. The older lads are a big part, and people like Chris Gunter and Liam Moore just helping you get through and teaching you stuff I wouldn't really know because I'm a young lad. But yeah, massive part, and I just have to thank him because they're so nice and helped me learn so much.
And on the game itself, you're playing against another boy who's come through our academy as well, Jake Cooper, and there's some experienced players in their team. So how's it different to what you've been used to in 23s football? Yeah,
obviously Jake's a really good player, and I've played with him a few times in 23s, and it's just weird playing against him. But he's a lovely lad, and yeah, at times it was hard against him and the other big lad as well. But we managed to get the win, and that's all that mattered really.
I suppose that's a big part of what this whole process is about. You played here before, quite a number of times, for the 23s, but the crowd's a bit bigger tonight. The atmosphere was really good, especially towards the end, and everything about it's a bit more physical, a bit quicker, I guess.
Yeah, the fans were massive because obviously we had to dig the result out, and they got right behind us, and it just gives you that extra bit of energy and that belief, and obviously that's big credit to them. And yeah, really.
And then lastly, you're playing alongside another Mancunian who scored the other goal as well, George and stuff. George. So from the other side of Manchester, if you like, he's the blue side of it. But it's nice, isn't it, playing alongside these players who some of them are at different stages of their career. You mentioned players like Chris Gunter, who's very experienced. George is still a young lad himself, I suppose. There's a real blend in the squad, isn't there? Yeah,
it's nice to have people like George in the team because obviously they're from where I'm from, and we share the same interest, and it was nice that he got me the assist because, to be fair, he said he would have before the game, so it's just a funny moment when it happened. But, yeah.
And last but not least, the fact is the win tonight is great for what it is, but it means that we've got another round to look forward to. And I know the manager's been really keen to use this competition in this way. Lads like yourself kind of be involved in it. Last year, we got a trip to the Emirates at the end, towards the end of it, and I'm sure you'll be maybe not awake at 4:30 in the morning on Thursday, but you'll be looking out for that when that draw is.
Hopefully we get a big club and we can go further in the competition like we did last year, but just got to see what happens really. And obviously if we get a big club, it's a good opportunity for everyone at the club, good experience. And hopefully the young lads can be involved again and prove what we can do.
Well, huge congratulations tonight. Thanks for your time, Sam.